All right. I know I've been slacking with the daily uploads. Doing my best here, but I did want to give a little update. So, I made a video a while back about doing a at-home sleep study. Well, the results came back on that at-home sleep study a couple months ago, and I didn't address it here, but basically because it came back pretty much inconclusive. It came back like there was nothing wrong, although I had maybe the worst night of sleep in my entire life. So it it's odd to me that it didn't pick up any of that. Well, I relayed that to them, and they're like, to the sleep physicians, and they were like, oh, well, we should probably bring you in for an overnight legitimate sleep study. So I will be doing that this Wednesday. May vlog a little bit about that just because it's an interesting thing to me, and I think probably people might be interested in that. So the at-home sleep study was like you put this thing on your head and you have to sleep with it in these little things in your nose, and that's basically it. It's this little device that monitors basically just your head, and then I think you have a like a pulse thing on your finger, like a little diode. But the one in the lab is way more in depth. There's like little diodes taped all over your face and head. You have, I think, several of the diodes, the things on your fingers. You have them on your legs, like all over. Lots of cords everywhere, lots of wires all over the place. And I thought that maybe the in the lab one would be not as bad because you wouldn't have this giant thing attached to your head, which made it very difficult to sleep. Like I said, it was like the worst night of sleep of my entire life. And somehow it picked up no abnormalities in my sleep. So basically what they're testing for is sleep apnea. That's the first part of the test, but also the next morning, because I have tons of energy. I have like ADHD energy, right? But also I get sleepy randomly in the middle of the day, and which is not good for my job because I'm a truck driver, and you don't want a guy who can fall asleep anytime driving a truck. So they will also be doing a test the next morning after the sleepover sleep study to test for what's it called, narcolepsy. Just see, because they say now. I told them, like, there are some nights when I don't get much sleep, right? Like there's some nights when I work late and then I have to get up early with the kids or something, and those days make sense. Well, they said even though you are on little sleep, you should never be feeling like you're going to doze off behind the wheel. Like that is that's a big problem. So that could be sleep apnea, or it could also be narcolepsy. So they're going to test me for both, and I don't know. I mean, I'll share with you guys the results of either or. This all started because my wife noticed that she was saying I would stop breathing in my sleep, which is a normally that's like sleep apnea, right? Like your breathing is obstructed. I've never noticed anything like that, like waking up not able to breathe or whatever. But she's noticed it a couple times with me. I don't snore a lot. I think it's pretty rare, but I do snore sometimes. So that's another indicator that there's some sort of obstruction. But I'm not a heavy snorer. I don't think I've ever been. But yeah, so these things are happening, and so I'm going to get checked out. Because also it affects you in other ways. Like when you don't have sleep, you're more irritable. You forget things, like your memory is garbage. Lots of things. It affects you in a lot of ways. And what's funny is I also, like, as a kid, I was diagnosed ADHD, and I was even medicated for ADHD maybe like 7-8 years ago, but I didn't like what the medication did for me, and I felt like I could manage my symptoms pretty well, through creative outlets and exercise and all the stuff that I do. But maybe not. Maybe I'm not managing them fully because, yeah, I do have a lot of problems with remembering things that were just told to me, and keeping a schedule and staying organized and stuff like that. But it turns out that sleep apnea could also be the cause of all those symptoms. So that's what we're going to get checked first before I go in looking into an adult ADHD diagnosis or being medicated or anything like that. We're going to look into am I getting the quality sleep I'm supposed to get? So that's the stage we're at right now, and so that's what I'm gonna do. I hope I don't have to take any medication. There's even a chance that is a type of sleep apnea or narcolepsy, where I would have to be medicated almost in the same way as I would for an ADHD diagnosis. So pretty crazy stuff. But yeah, so that's what's going on. I do have some videos lined up this week. I'm going to get back at it as best I can. Like I said, I have that sleep study in 2 days. So I might not be doing anything that night, but I will tell you about the procedure and everything that happens. I'm looking into this. I've finished watching this Amazon series called Solos that I find really interesting, and I plan on breaking down each episode of that. I think there's 7 episodes total. Pretty cool series, pretty cool sci-fi series. If you're interested in that, I'll be doing a little breakdown of those. Also watching a movie called Parallel, which is another one of those little sleeper hits that I found, in the suggestions underneath some other sci-fi film on Amazon Prime. So, but pretty damn good. Sometimes those are hit or miss, right? When you find those random movies to watch. But I'll be talking about that soon. And then I also just finished another Jack Reacher book, which I will be doing a breakdown for that as well for all the Reacher fans out there. All right, that's it. I just wanted to give a little update. Don't want to make this too long. I got to get to work. Enjoy your day. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, please. And if you like videos like this or any of the videos I do a lot of entertainment and pop culture stuff if you're interested in that. I try to post daily. Like I said, lately it hasn't been so good, but I post as much as I can. And the idea is to post daily. So if you're interested in that, getting something new and interesting, entertainment or pop culture related in your feed every day, then subscribe for more. And if you decide to subscribe, if you decide to stick around, then I'll talk to you again tomorrow.